Hello all. In this session we are going to study about the dictionary and set data structure in Python. Okay, so dictionary is the another type of collection which holds the values in the key and value pair. Okay, so dictionary is the data structure that is a built-in object which holds the values in the unordered fashion, right? There's no ordering. It works like a hash mapping where we have values which can be referred or which can be accessed using keys, and those keys are the lookup tags. Okay, so a key has to be immutable and unique, and whereas value can be anything. I will come to this point again and we will discuss. Before that, let's try and understand how we declare or create a dictionary. Okay, suppose my Dict is the name of a dictionary which I am going to create. So name colon, let's say Akash, okay, and let's say age colon, let's say 26. Okay, so this is a simple dictionary which we are trying to create here. So let's say my Dict. Okay, so this is what the contents of a dictionary is, and suppose if I check the type, okay, so you can check that type is a dictionary type, Dict type object. Okay, remember there is no sequencing. These values, these items can be stored anywhere in the memory, and those can be accessed by a key, right? That is name. Akash can be accessed using name, and 26 can be accessed using age. Okay, so let me take our earlier short notes, okay, which we have been using. So I'll keep it handy for all of you. So let me copy here. Yeah, here I will write Dict with similar data structure. Remember, this is a curly brace we use for creating a dictionary. Okay, so it is also an iterable object. It is non-indexed data structure. Remember, right? That's the difference. Okay, and it is also mutable. Unlike tuple, unlike string, it is mutable data structure. Like list is also a mutable data structure. Okay, just imagine that it is there is a key value pairs stored the data in the form of. Okay, so I will take another example. Let's say I have let's say a D, which is a dictionary. I will use A in the dictionary colon, let's say I will use 10, and B colon 20. Okay, that's a simple data we have stored into a dictionary. And now if I have C, okay, so which actually we don't have, that is not present, but if I want to add something there in the dictionary, that's how we can add, right? We have to just use the key whatever we want to use and put some value that is stored into the dictionary. Okay, now how to access is pretty simple, right? So we can just use a key in the subscript operator, the way we used to do for a list. Inside list we used to put the index, right? So index starts on 0, right? Those are the numbers. Here we don't put numbers, but these are the keys which we have stored into a data structure called dictionary. Okay, so we can access those values, we can manipulate those values, by the way, right? Here if I try and put, let's say, 2 into that particular value, so 10 becomes 12. Okay, so that is how it works. Let's say I will take another example, ladies purse. Okay, suppose it has a few things here. Let's say cash, let's say 1800, cards. Okay, let's say I have two different types of cards. Let's say one is Amex and the other is Visa card. Okay, so let's say I have this kind of a data available, right? So I can also have, let's say, candies, right? So suppose there's candies, okay, colon, let's say 3. So that's how the ladies purse looks like, the cash, cards and the candies, right? Remember, cash is a keyword, key, cards is a key, candies is a key. Using these keys we can access the values, right? The value against cash is 1800, value against card is a list of 2 strings, that is Amex and Visa. Okay, and the value against candies is just one number, that is 3. Right, that's how we can access, right? For example, if you try to see what is how much is the cash, you can access using cash as a key into this particular dictionary. Okay, and as we have already discussed, we can also manipulate that, right? If I want to add some candies to this, I can add 4, and now ladies first will have 7 candies. Okay, I hope you recall this operator. We have used this operator to add some value that is on the right side of the equation, that will be added into the same value and assigned to it. Okay, so this is how we can do manipulate, and there are important things to note. I repeat again, a key can be key has to be immutable data structure, and it has to be unique. Okay, we can't have duplicate keys in a dictionary. And obviously when I say immutable, the values or the key objects possible one can use is a string, integer, float and tuple. Okay, so those are valid keys, right? But we can't have a list as a key, because list is mutable data structure. But there is no restriction on the values. Value can be anything in the dictionary. Okay, it can be a dictionary itself, right? That is called nested dictionary. It can be list, it can be tuple, it can be integer, it can be float, right? It can be anything, right? It can be user defined object, which we haven't discussed yet, but we will be discussing going forward how to have your own objects. Okay, so that is pretty much about what all values and keys we have to use, right? We can use in the dictionary. Okay, so yeah, this is how it looks like. Suppose if you want to perform some operations, let me also help you understand. Suppose item, I want to iterate over a dictionary, and since we have discussed that this is an iterable object, and look at this, what happened, right? So by default it iterates over the keys, right? But we haven't mentioned anything like this, right? But by default it iterates over keys, and that's okay, right? So cash, cards and ladies, right? Sorry, candies. But I was interested to access these values, in fact. Okay, these values. Okay, these values, because values is something we are looking for, right? So for that there is a provision, we can use some functions available inside a dictionary. And how to know what all functions are available? So there is our good friend, so dir, which helps us to understand how many attributes and the functionalities available for this particular type of object, right? So values, the last one, we can use that, and we see that the values are getting printed. Okay, but I have to specifically say that I'm going to iterate over values, right? But I may want to get the item, the keys as well, right? So many times we might use this this kind of a syntax, but here you could also print the values as well, because item is a key, and as we have discussed earlier, so value can be accessed using key. Look at this, line number 15, line number 16. Okay, so the value can be accessed using key, and key here is cash, right? We can access. So similarly, item is having key, cash for the first iteration, second iteration it is cards, then the third iteration it is candies, and so on, right? So that's why there is a provision, we can print this as the key and value both together. Okay, but if you are interested in only values, we have already seen the function called values, right? And that can be used. Okay, so let me also help you understand, there is one more function, that is items. Okay, here I don't have to really type the name of the dictionary once again. Instead I can have key and value both returning together, right? And then hence what I can do is I can use key here and I can use value here directly, and we are done, right? So that means the items is a function which returns the pairs together, the key and value together, right? So if you look at the help page, as I discussed already, there's a short key, shift tab will give you the quick help about these functions, right? Here this says that d.items, d is a dictionary and items is a function. It is a set like object. We are yet to discuss about set, in a while we will be discussing, providing the a view on these items, right? So this is what it means, right, where this items is providing you the values together, right? Let me show you how it looks like. Look at this, right? So this is the unique data, because key is always unique, remember, right? Even if you have, let's say, candies as the value as equal to 1800, so still your entire collection is having a unique data when I print it using items function, because this is one element, this is another element, right, this is another element, because the key has to be unique, right? So this is how items can be used. Items is used for getting the key and value paired together. Okay, so this is how we can iterate. I hope you understand how to iterate over a dictionary. And now let's understand, I will take one more example which I think I can reuse this. Yeah, so this one. Okay, suppose I want to use this particular dictionary now. Okay, and let's print it. Then DC equal to, I may want to have another dictionary inside a dictionary. Okay, let's say right, X 100 and then Y maybe 200. Okay, and let's see what happens now. Look at this, right? Here D is now having A and B which was there, and now we got a C, that is the third item into a dictionary whose key is C but value is another dictionary. Okay, this is also called a nested dictionary, there where the value is a dictionary and we can hold, right? This is what exactly we have seen on the presentation, right, on the PPT, where we have seen that value can be anything but key has to be unique and mutable data structure. Correct? So yeah, so this gives you a clear idea about how dictionary looks like, and dictionary also can hold the value can be not only a dictionary or any kind of mutable object. We can also have mutable or immutable, any value can be present, right? Here we have used list as the value, here against cards, and here we have used a dictionary as a value against key as C. Okay, so this is how we can use some of the basic functions available on your data on your dictionary. Okay, so there are some more functions. If you check at the dictionary help page, you will see that how clear can be used, how copy or from keys. So these are some of the functions we can think about using. Okay, so now let's try and understand how we can use something called clear. Okay, let's see what happens if I do clear, right? Look at this, the data has gone, right? D has these values. Okay, and now we can see that the dictionary is does not hold any data into it. Okay, so let me repeat. I have, let's say, a dictionary which I can use here. Okay, let me type here D equal to a dictionary, and I have values. And now if I check the identifier of this memory identifier, we can print it in the hexadecimal format. I have some data here, right? The moment I do clear, so the memory is still present, right? So obviously some of the cleanup happened, but the data does not have, right? This dictionary does not hold anything. Okay, so we will see the next part of the dictionary in the next video, and then we will discuss set. Okay, next function in dictionary is get. Let's say we have a dictionary. Okay, right now we have empty dictionary. So let me use the same once again. Yeah, this time I have some values into the dictionary. So d dot get. Okay, get is a function. Okay, it's a dictionary function which will pull out the specific details, right? A particular item in the dictionary if you want to get, so we can do that. However, we can also do the same thing with the shorthand. We don't have to even use a get function, so it directly gives you the particular element or item into from a dictionary. Okay, so and as we have seen that d dot keys is another function which just gives you the keys available into your dictionary. Look at this, D is a dictionary where there are 3 elements. So first element is A colon 10, second is B colon 20, and third is C colon another dictionary. So remember, keys will bring only the keys to the outer dictionary. That means the key with A, B and C are the keys for the dictionary D. So remember, the second dictionary, that is the inner dictionary, is a value against key C, right? That's why X and Y, these are not the keys which we can pull out from this dictionary, because that is a part of a value. Okay, if at all you want, you could also do this. Dot keys will give you the keys of an inner dictionary. Okay, so D of C gives you the value which is the dictionary, another dictionary, and the keys gives you the keys of that inner dictionary. Okay, so yeah, this is a simple function. Now the another function is from keys. Okay, there is something called from keys. Let's check a help page. The shortcut I use is shift tab. So it creates a new dictionary with the keys from iterable and the value set to the value, right? So for example, from the keys, if I want to create another dictionary, let's say I use these keys, okay, and look at this, I have created a new dictionary where A, B, C are the key values, correct? So there is also an option, just a moment, there is also an option to provide a default value. Okay, for example, if I give 10, so all the 10 values, all the values will be set to 10, correct? So this is the function from key. If at all you want to use same keys and some constant value or something different value, you could think about using this. Okay, so when we learn about some other advanced concepts, we can probably use in some of the scenarios, and we will try to explore this more. Okay, let's say 10, 20, 30, right? So that is the tuple I want to set against each key. Okay, so yeah, these are some of the functions we should be aware of. Another important function I want to highlight here is pop function. Okay, so remember, it expects one argument. Let's check a quick help. What it expects a key, okay, which we want to pop out from the dictionary. So suppose if I use A, okay, so A is removed from the dictionary. Look at this. Now there is no more A present in the dictionary. Right, so pop is used to remove an element from a dictionary. Let's say I do now C, so the entire C will be deleted, and its value is returned back, right? Many a times we want to delete something and we want to get what we have deleted, right? So pop is a very good function in that scenario, where you will be returned by the value, right? You will be returned a value by the pop function, right? So you will get what value has been removed against that key, and so that you may use that value for last time if you want to, otherwise you can ignore it, but that particular key and value, both the item would be deleted from the dictionary. Okay, so there is also a pop item function. Okay, if you do this pop item I think, okay, so we can do that. See, there was only one, so pop item automatically deletes whatever is present, right? So since there was only one, it has just deleted the one, but even if you have many items in the dictionary, so it just delete one, any one of the values. Okay, for example, now I do this. Not necessarily it follows any sequence, because remember, a dictionary is non-sequential collection, correct? So it might pick anything and delete. So I rarely use this function. I preferably use pop, because pop is a good function which actually remove that element, as well as it returns the value what we are removing, right? And key is used so that we are pretty sure that what we are actually removing from a dictionary, and we also, if we want to store somewhere, we have a luxury to store that or assign this to somewhere else, right? Some other variable. So let me run again. For example, I have A, B, C. These are the three keys and the values against them. So D dot pop, okay, and I know that I'm removing B, right? And I want to store, let's say, temporary B somewhere here. Okay, what went wrong? object has no substitute. Oh sorry, I should have used a round bracket because this is a function, right? Yeah, now look at this. Temp underscore b is 20 and d is no more in the the b, the value 20 against key b, so is no more present in the original dictionary. Okay, so these are some of the functions. The last function I want to explain here, I want you guys to explore use different functions, whatever is available. Every object has so many functions, we can explore them and try to understand what it does, right? There's one more function called update. Okay, so update can be used, let me check what it takes. It takes the dictionary, it creates a dictionary, update the dictionary, existing dictionary, using an iterable object. Okay, so we have to pass one iterable object here. Okay, let's try and update what happens, right? No, it didn't work, right? It cannot convert dictionary update sequence from element 0, okay, to a sequence. So probably we have to use a zip function. I haven't discussed about this function, but I will explain you. Let's try and see what it does, right? So let's say I have some keys here and I have some values, okay, and let's see what it has done. Okay, so look at this. The key 1, 2 and 3 is updated by this function. The dictionary got updated, right? And what is the new things added to the dictionary is key values which we have given here. Okay, so there is a provision, we can use the set of keys here and the set of values, so those are combined together and updated your original dictionary. So that's the update function. Sometimes very useful. You may use this function and update a particular dictionary. Alright, so after the update we will move on to some exercise, some simple program where we can try to update some dictionary here. Let's say my dict equal to okay, let's just a moment guys, I think recording is not